Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the return trip, but it's not really the return trip. I'm actually, I forgot I needed to go to my son's school this morning. So we're going to go from my daughter's daycare to my son's school and see what we get. Now, the nice thing here is this trip has no known things that should cost me safety score points. So you might actually get to see a zero intervention drive for me here, especially because this is going to be an easy turn for this. Good job there. There was a car coming there, and we're going to get over. That was very nice there. It sped up because that car came kind of flying out of nowhere. He made a left off of this road onto there quickly. That was a smooth maneuver too, legally taking the nearest lane on the left turn and then immediately getting over to get to this right and killed it. That was great. Very well done. So I'll get my claw hand up there. I know you guys can't see me when I have my right hand kind of lightly gripping the bottom of the steering wheel there. So, all right, good job there. The car sees that this truck is being a little weird, so it's being cautious. That is a good job. All right. Now we're less than 3/10 of a mile to make this left, so we really need to be getting over here. And again, this is my main complaint about the system really right now is path selection, because we should be in this left lane at this point. We shouldn't be waiting to the last minute to get to the lane, especially when I have no traffic around me. What if there was traffic? I should be able to get over quickly. So there, 1/10 of a mile left, and we're finally making our move over to the left lane so that we can get into the left turning lane here. No points docked for that, obviously, but okay, so that can I call that not a confuse? That would have been confusing for a vehicle behind me, I think. I don't think it would have caused an accident because we were all stuck. So I'm not going to dock that one. I mean, it's kind of giving the car very much the benefit of the doubt on that one, but I'll allow it. By my own criteria, that action, though weird, couldn't possibly have caused an accident, I don't think. So that's one thing I've noticed with the system in general. If you're both in a left turn lane and you've got a car in front of you, even though there's nobody coming around that car, it's not very confident in what it's trying to do. It kind of took it a second, but it got it. In fairness to it, the lanes are not well marked here, and it is a divided lane where there is a right turn lane and a straight and a left turn lane. I know that because I've lived here most of my life, but I could see why the car would have been a little confused there. Again, though, still maintaining our perfect drive. Our zero intervention drive, I should say, not perfect drive. Perfect drive, our path planning would have been better back there. We wouldn't have had that weird indecision at that prior left either. But still zero intervention. That reminds me, I forgot to score that previous drive. I gotta remember, I had 3 confusing actions, but no disengagements. If we get this red light up here, which I don't think we're going to get. But we're not, because I'm going to make a right up here, I think. Am I? No, we're making the next right. Or 2 rights. Oh, maybe I'll get a chance. Yeah, maybe a chance. All right, let's get that into the system real quick before I forget about it. Because we don't want that. There we go. 3 Class C's and 2 bonus points. Good deal. All right. Come on, car. All right, I have to. Yeah. So there's an intervention. I don't know what was going on there. The car was acting like I was at a 4-way or something. And the guy behind me definitely would have been pissed if I didn't start going. So I did have to intervene for a confusing action, because why the hell would I have been slowing down there or going that slow? So that kind of sucks. Stupid box truck in front of me. Does beg the question, though, like, if the guy in front of you is going, like, as a human, the person in front of me is going, and I can't see the traffic light, but I do know that the traffic light just turned from red to green, otherwise they wouldn't be going through the intersection. So that's another one of these moments where the AI should be taking these things into account and just going. Like, that would be the smart thing to do. I feel like another thing that AI needs to learn is that when a vehicle is 3/4 of the way out of the lane and has continually been moving out of the lane, that they're going to go. So you can kind of just go around that person a little bit, because that was a little unnecessarily slow to make that maneuver there. I thought I was going to do something, and it still is doing it. So one thing that I've noticed, and this isn't the first version I've seen this on, but it's kind of showed up and went away and showed up again. When I'm behind one car to make a right turn and we're all stopped, it really biases the car right in the lane, and actually so much so, although, I mean, this could have been the system shutting down too, but recently on 11.3.4, I had a situation where this was actually a marked curb over here. It not only threatened the curb, the line, but it was over the marked area, like halfway, like the car was halfway into the marked area, which is illegal. And yeah, it's gonna do this here too a little bit. That's really weird. That wasn't illegal, at least, because it wasn't driving on a marked area, but it really biases right and then just takes that right, like really follows the curb instead of the white line, when it should be absolutely following the white line. It does not do that if if that was a green light there and I just made that smooth as a right. It doesn't do that there. It takes it the way it should. All right, coming up here. So this particular route is not a route that I drive often. So it's going to be on a road that this car has only been on a handful of times, and I'm not even sure how many times it was not only on the road but actually with any form of autopilot engaged, FSD or not. Pardon the yawn there, folks. It is a little bit early, and I have not yet had my caffeine. That wasn't terrible. So the car slowed about 3 miles an hour there on that curve down. In the car's defense, there were posted arrows there. So not docking that as a confusing action, because any normal human may possibly have also slowed for that. And it was an appropriate slowdown. It wasn't like the car hammered the brake. It was a smooth braking event as it was going into that curve, so I can't really fault it for that. I wouldn't have broke there because it's really not that hard of a turn. I could have taken that in my Honda Civic at full speed, well, you know, at the speed limit, but that was not bad. Green light up here and all this slow traffic. Heard all my bowling balls smash against the trunk there. I need to get them out of there. Alright, so, and this should be reasonably non-eventful because this is just a long straight road. That was the only traffic control device that we will meet up with until it is time for us to make a left turn. Now, the one thing we do have in play at the moment that bus just reminded me of is it is time for children to be picked up for school in this area. So I hope we do not run into any school buses, because if we find a school bus that's stopped, I don't think the car, if it stopped and going in the opposite direction, I don't think the car will listen to it. Now, in theory, it should, because there is a stop sign on that bus, but the drawback is that stop sign, if it treats it like a normal stop sign, it's just going to come to a stop, and then it's going to keep on going, which is not what we want. Because to my knowledge at this point, Tesla has not controlled for school buses. Again, we have so far had a very pleasant drive. One intervention which really stunk. Stupid box truck. I have a feeling that that's going to cost us the only thing that's going to cost us a zero intervention drive. I'm going to have, now it's interesting, I'm going to have 2 more drives after this one, and I'm not going to record those drives for you guys because they're really short drives. One is going to be from the school to my local Starbucks, and then home. Unfortunately, as well, they aren't going to qualify for FSD safety score bonus points because they are not long enough. Part of my rule is that any drive I make, if I'm going to give bonus points, has to have been at least a 2-mile long drive. So I can't leave my house and go to Starbucks, which is only like a mile and some change away, and then come back and get credit for bonus points for that. It's got to be at least a 2-mile drive. Neither of which these drives will be, because it will be school to Starbucks, Starbucks to home, and they're pretty close. Got my foot over the accelerator in case something weird happens, but we're all good. And given the streets that I'll be traveling, okay, so this is a wrong action here, because we are not going to make a right. Like, this lane is going to end. So I got to dock it for a wrong action, as it said it's going to change lanes to follow the route, but as we will see, this route is going to end, and I had to basically kind of cut this car off behind me to get back over. So that is a wrong action deduction. And it should be noted, I put the turn signal on, so I can't dock the car for a potential illegal action, because I just didn't trust the car to actually signal to the guy behind me, because it likes to make merges, because that was a lane-ending merge it was going to have to make without putting a turn signal on. So we've got a Class C and a Class D deduction. So I feel a little better now that we didn't just have that one stupid box truck kill us. That wrong action there definitely would have ended our zero intervention drive. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't have. I mean, I did have to intervene there to make sure that the turn signal was on. So, and I didn't give it a chance either. I would have probably counted that as an intervention no matter what. Okay, so what are we doing here? Yeah, get in the lane to turn. All right, there you go. I probably would have counted that as an intervention because I know not to trust the car to leave that to the very last second. So here, we change lanes to follow route immediately and appropriately, which is interesting. Like I said, just the smallest stuff that it does wrong still, which is annoying, but it's really, really good for the most part. All right, you got to get over. Yeah, get the heck in the lane there, car. There you go. I don't know what we're doing here. All right, that's going to be a confusing action. There was a car behind me. Let's see, will it slow down for the school zone? Nope. Oh, that's the bus lane. All right, that's me. So this drive is over. I got to get right here because that was where I needed to turn and I did not. So yeah, we're gonna have a 2 intervention drive there, but only 2 deductions of points, so I will take that. Again, not a bad drive. Could have been 0 intervention. We'll take the 2 points for 0 disengagements. The 2 bonus points we'll take there. But yeah, all right, that is it for now. I appreciate you hanging out with me here, and hope you enjoy my first couple of trips on 11.3.6. As always, hope you all having a great day, and until next time, take care, folks.